Hello and good morning, everyone. Welcome to my Saturday morning live stream about IELTS speaking. Because it's a subscriber lesson, only my subscriber can join and participate here, and other people who are non-subscribers they can watch only. But if they want to join me, you are more than welcome. What you have to do, you have to just sign up from the sign up button or visit my account and join me from there. It is really important that when you like to practice yourself or develop your different parts of IELTS skill, you need to subscribe to any of the courses offered by the teacher. Otherwise, there is no way a teacher can bring you to the hop on section and talk to you. Okay. So once again, dear viewers, Saturday morning and our local time is 5:24 a.m., which is the UK time. Let's wait for my subscriber. Once again, guys, can you see the video and hear my voice? So, dear viewers, can you see the video and hear my voice? I don't know if you can confirm or not, but it is important for me to know it. So, once again, I need to wait my subscriber to come in here. Otherwise, I just have to take the lesson as it is. Okay, I'm back. I've started the lesson a bit early so that. Hi, everyone, welcome. Morning.
Hi, Teacher Rahat.
Hello, everyone. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, so.
1:30 p.m. in Malaysia now.
Mm-hmm.
1:30 p.m. in Malaysia.
All right, yeah, 1:30 p.m. in Malaysia. Okay, how is everything with you? All right?
Sorry?
How is everything going on?
Oh, okay, all right. Everything was all right. I just got back to home. I just got back home.
All right.
Oh, I just got back to home.
I've got a question for you. If you remember that last week you had to go to a, was it dinner or lunch? With a,
Yeah.
was it dinner or a lunch back?
Lunch. That was last 2 weeks.
Last week, yeah. Um, so I believe that if I ask you, you went to with a dinner party with the family members. Can you please describe how did it go?
Oh, it was last 2 weeks actually. I went to KFC with my family. Um, I think I already described it to you, sir, last week, because
Uh,
the dinner was on last 2 weeks.
yeah, that's okay, but I'm just still trying to find out, like,
Okay,
if you have been asked to describe something, how you're going to describe it. So it will
okay,
help you develop your, spoken,
correct.
you know, fluency, speaking fluency or spoken quality.
Okay. I went to KFC, and as any other KFCs in any countries, the main dish of KFC is normally a chicken, fried chicken. But in Malaysia, we have two types of chicken. The first one is original recipe, which is they said that was the original recipe from Colonel Sanders, and
Hmm.
another one I think is the Malaysian versions of fried chicken, which is we call it spicy spicy chicken. So they added with spice on the chicken, so it feels a little bit spicy. And I prefer, if you ask me, I prefer to eat the spicy types of chickens, and it more crunchy than the original recipe.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Okay, so remember that once someone asks you to describe anything, or let's try to add one or two sentences at the beginning, rather than straight away going to the point. Like you can say that I and my family like fast food sometimes, which is why we like to go outside once or twice in a week. And KFC is one of the favorite fast food restaurants in Malaysia, which is why I like to go there. And then you can describe maybe the quality of food. Why do you go to like to and why do you like to go to KFC? Like I should say their restaurant is clean, food is good quality, fresh, crunchy. Okay, then it will make your conversation more amazing.
Understand?
Great. Okay, so welcome. What were we discussing last week? What did we discuss? Do you remember? Was it
Uh,
was it parts of
last
space?
last week was reading sessions. You asked me
Yeah.
to read regarding the Halloween, the some.
Oh, yeah, I remember
Yeah.
now. It was a reading session. That's good. Did you enjoy the reading part?
Yes, and you teach me some of the word which is I pronounce it wrongly.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Pronunciation is important factor to develop your English language. Okay, I saw your message, and that was uh, one more minute. and 1 minute more, right?
Yes.
Okay. Uh, both of the sentences are correct. You have to stress where do you want to stress. Hey, you can say, hey, 1 more minute, or 1 more minute, please. You see, 1 more minute when we're saying we are then stressing on more, 1 more minute. But when you're saying 1 minute, then we're stressing in one. So depending on the stress or stressing, our sound, our importance of the sentence may change.
Okay. Correct.
Did you get the point? So these
Yes.
sentences are correct. There is nothing wrong. They are same, almost similar meaning, but depending on the stress. So as if you remember, I said to English language is like a stressed language, and we call those words are content words or strong words, which means okay. So in another way, if I explain to you easily, and when you're talking in English language, not all words are strong words. No, we don't stress on every word. We stress on the important words which are meaningful. If I give you another example, uh, so I can only join your class next week. I only can
Won't,
join it. Yeah, this is the use of adverb only. Only is
normally
a,
we
yeah. Go on.
which one is correct? So or both? Sometimes I got confused with this sentence.
That's right. I'm going to explain you. This is the explanation of the word only is an adverb. Okay, and we need to be very careful when we choose this word only. Okay, let me finish it another way. So another good example is like, where are you from? Can you please say this word? Where are you from?
Where are you from?
Yeah, this sentence. Where are you from? Look, when you're saying where are you from, we're stressing on from. So stressing or continue words have another important feature is that even with this single word, sometimes people can understand what you're asking. Like you can still use from, hey, you are from, or you from, or from. Then you can say, oh, I'm from Malaysia, I'm from Indonesia, I'm from Bangladesh, I'm from India, I'm from England, I'm from Pakistan. Okay. Now, when you're answering that time, this from becomes now here from is the content word, a stressing word. But when we are answering, I'm from England. Now, England we are stressing. From become now weaker sound or function words. And England has become the stronger words, the stressed words. Because we can simply say England or simply say Malaysia or Indonesia or the USA. So did you get the point? So these things are called natural speaking or articulation. When we listen to any natives, if you listen to them carefully, you'll be able to understand they're not stressing on every word. They're stressing on some of the words. We call them stressed words or content words or what should I say? Strong words. Okay. Now, your example, especially, is the use of only. I I can only join your class next year. So what does it mean?
Mm,
Which means that next week is the only class you can join for the first sentence. But if you read the second sentence, I only can join your class on next week, which means you are the only person we will join next week. No one will be able to join me.
oh, there was different meaning.
Yes, so only is an adverb. Remember that it's very important for us to find out the differentiation of this word only depending on the use.
If I
Okay,
want to say is that I am able to join your class starting from next week. So I have to choose the first sentence.
that's right. Uh,
Oh,
I can only join your class from next week. Okay. When you say I only, then you're stressing I. And when you're saying I can only join your class, then you're stressing on class.
Okay.
Like, hey, when can you join me? You can say, I can join only from the next week. It means next week is the stronger word or content word or stressed word. But when you're saying I only can join your class next week, that means next week you are the only person who can join. No one can join me.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Another similar sentence is like I read the other day. I only um, fed the cat. Okay. Uh, Only I fed the cat. Look at the sentence. I only fed the cat. What does it mean? This sentence. One.
I only fed the cat. Um, I only fed the cat. I just give the cat some food.
Yeah.
I did nothing else to the food. To the cat.
Hmm. And next
I
one.
I am the only person fed the cat.
That's right. You see, now this though seem to be similar types of words, but they are not. The first sentence you're right. That means there are many other animals, but I only fed the cat. Cat is the only animal that I fed. And the second one, uh, there are other people, but only me or only I fed the cat. No one fed
Mhm.
the cat. So, especially it happens when you use this adverb only. Okay. So, you have to be careful what you try to mean in the sentence when you're writing. It is important for you as an English learner and people who are listening to us silently that choose the words, especially adverbs only, in the right place so that your readers or listeners can understand what you're trying to say.
Okay.
All right, so today we are going to practice some common words, common patterns, ability. Do you know what does ability mean in English grammar?
Ability
Yeah,
uh, to express that someone has the power, skill to do something. Yes. Ability is my. I only know one word. Ability. Um, the definition is already in the screen on the screen.
that's right, to help you understand.
Yes. To express that someone has the power. Yes.
Like when we say, oh, I'm able to, I can. These are the two words mainly used for expressing the ability in English grammar. When, like, you can say that, hey, I can run 5 miles every day, or I can ride a bike 20 miles every day. I can drive a car, or I can listen to you. Upon, okay, I can't listen to you. You can say negative, or you can say, oh, I can visit the USA because I've got American visa. So this is your abilities. Okay, we use can and be able to express our ability. And if you remember, could is the past tense of can, and it is used in past form. Okay, and also if you use could as a modal verb, it can be used as a request. And be able to means in a be verb. If you remember, what are be verbs? One,
Am, is, are, was, were.
shall be, will be, can be, could be, maybe. Any verb, modal verb with be is also you can say as be verb.
Okay.
And be able to means instead of be, you have to use the appropriate verb. Like am after I in the present tense, is after third person singular number present tense, are after second person and plural, was would be used after I in the past tense and after third person singular number, and where should be used after I, we, any plural, second person, third, okay, and third person plural. So let me give you example so that it is clear. Like we use I am, then we are, then you are. Remember that you is always plural, though sometimes you means only one person, but you is always plural. She is, they are. These are all in present tense, okay, etc.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to make it past, it becomes I was, we were, you were, she was, like one was, etc. Is that clear? Please do ask me if you're not sure about anything, okay? One.
Okay. Yes.
So I'm giving an example. Like someone said, "Hey, one, can you please help me?" Then you can say simply, "I'm sorry." Though I have not written it, I'm sorry. But it's better to use I'm sorry, the magic word. I'm sorry, I can't help you. I'm busy. Okay. And there someone asked the person, hey, when you were young, what did you do? When I was young, I was able to earn my living pretty well. I could work hard. Now I can't. I'm too old. This is just an example. Okay. Now, can you use this pattern to make more sentences?
Yes. I can help you. More words.
More
Anything?
more
Hmm?
sentences using can with the different person. Like there are many persons here I have written like I, we. You can choose any of them, and then you can use.
Okay. Um, can you please tell me? Can you please tell me when do you want come? When do you want to come to my home?
Very good. Can you please make a negative sentence?
Mm, Negative sentence. Uh, can it will be cannot,
Yes. Cannot or can't.
can't.
Can't is the British IPA, but Americans say can't. Remember, there's a bit different. British as a British IPA say we can't do that, but Americans say we can't do this. Ka and ka. Remember the slight difference. Ka straight and ka like slightly tilted sound.
Okay. Can't you tell me if you want to come to my home? Can you? There
Very
was that question.
no, that's okay. Can't you tell me? Can you tell me? Both are correct. Look, you're stressing now. Can't you? Look, this is the strong word here. Can't you? But can you? Can you tell me? And I'm going to give you some examples how you can understand whether it's a content words or functional words. Okay, one. Finish this example, then I'm going to explain more little bit. Use a third person singular number like he, she, or any person's name.
Mm, he he can swim.
Very good. Can you swim? One.
Yes, I am. Yes, I can swim.
I can, not I am in this case. Yeah.
Yes,
All
I
right.
can swim.
Very good. Like, can you do the bungee jumping?
Uh, what is that, sir? But bungee jumping?
Have you ever heard bungee jumping?
I don't know. Is that like this? No.
Bungee jumping is like you will be tied with a rope, and from the top of the hill or top of the any high place, you'll be thrown at the bottom. But sometimes you need to be courageous person because you might think, oh, I'm going to fall down and die.
Oh,
Then rope is like a flexible. You go down at the bottom and then you come back again.
oh, I'm not sure about that. I don't think that I'm able to do that.
Okay, let me find out bungee jumping so that you can understand. Okay, it has been spelled in a two different way. Okay, hang on a moment, please. Okay, I'm going to share the screen so that you understand. I'm sure
Okay.
you must have seen it in the movies, maybe bungee jumping. Can you see that? Someone is top five bungee jumping in the hill,
Oh,
in the bridge, beside the
oh,
river. So with rope, you'll be tied with rope.
wow.
Okay.
I'm afraid of heights.
Oh, you're afraid of heights. I'm sorry to know that. Okay, it can be spelled in another way. Bungee, B-U-N-G-W or B-G-Y.
Bungee jumping.
Look, it's the spelling. Bungee jumping, also spelled bungee jumping, is an activity. Can you please read it?
Bungee jumping, also spelled bungee jumping, is an
B-U-N-G-Y and we have spelled G-W. Both are correct.
okay, is an activity that involves a person jumping from a great height while connected to a large elastic cord. Cord.
Cord.
The cord. Cord. The launching pad is usually erected on a stall structure, such a building or crane, a bridge across a deep ravine, or on a natural geographic feature such a cliff.
Okay, did you get the idea? What is it?
Yes, sir.
Would you like? You can watch the video. There are hundreds of videos in YouTube.
Yeah.
Just type it bungee jumping. Okay.
Okay.
So what happened basically? You're you're fastened with a cord or a rope to your waist. Then you're connected to the other side, either a crane, as you see, or some place where it is very strong and it doesn't get teared. Okay, it doesn't get torn. Then you jump it to the deep, like it could be a ravine, cliff, or maybe a hill, or maybe some area which is very deep. This,
Do you dare to do bungee jumping, sir?
I never did in my life, but I like to do it in the future if I get a chance.
Oh. We use do, or we use are you there? Are you there, or do you, sir? Do you dare, or are you there?
Do you dare?
Do you dare?
Dare is a verb. Remember that we use are if it is an adjective. If you remember, greatest rule for the using the adjective is we, there should be a verb, but there is a verb, not an
There is.
adjective. Daring is an adjective, like he's a daring person,
Okay.
like one is a daring driver. Okay, for example, brave. That's great. Now, ability. Okay, I was going to show you, and the present tense of can is the present tense. Okay, could is the past tense. Now, if you want to express this in the past, then you can say, I could help you if you would ask me, okay? For example, or hey, I couldn't come to the party, I was busy. Okay? Is that clear now?
Yes.
Now, can you use could for
Uh,
in the past tense?
in the past tense. So the present tense is I can help you. I am busy. So
Mm-hmm.
the past tense is I couldn't help you. I was busy.
That's right. Very good. Now, if you change the subject like you or we, make two or three sentences more.
Okay. Uh, I I was not able to go to the office.
Mm-hmm.
I was sick.
Very good. You see, this is common here saying, I was not able to go to the office because I was sick. Very good. So you have understood clearly. Let me move a little bit further down. And also use can as an expression of ability once again. Like I can speak good English. I can't speak good English, or I can't speak good English. I can't stand on my head. hey, I can't go for bungee jumping this evening because I'm scared, for example. Okay, so you already know that. So in the past, we use was able to or could. Can becomes could, and was or were able to. Okay, so I forgot to give you the examples. Able to. In the present, you can use able to as well instead of can. One, are you there?
Yes, yes. Are they the same meaning, sir? Can and able to?
Almost same meaning. Yeah. So you can say I am able to, am or is or are able to. Can you please make sentences?
Mm, I am able to work
Mm-hmm.
on next Monday.
Very good. With you,
Uh, use you as a subject.
you as a subject. Yeah.
Okay. Mm, you you are able to use this house as your house now.
So you are trying to say you are able to use the house as if it is your house.
Yes.
Okay. Or while I am away. Remember that when we are making sentences or saying something in English language, I always say this word. It should be logical, sensible, and meaningful and clear so that your readers or your listeners can understand. Okay? That is the impact of English learning, that we are having good conversation, a clear conversation. But if you say something people don't understand or confused, or if you write something your readers do not understand or confused, in that case, uh, you need to be careful that where it was wrong, where it is wrong. Okay,
Okay.
because we always make mistakes. That's fine. Making mistake is not a fault. It is a learning process. We have to remember. But as long as we can learn from it and we can amend ourselves and we don't make the same mistakes again.
Okay.
Okay, okay, make another sentence with are, with plural.
Uh, they are able to use the field to play football now because the authority has already allowed them to do so.
Allowed, authority has allowed. If you use has, we must use the past participle form of verb, which is the authority has allowed them to use the football field. Very good. All right, so let's move on to the past. uh, could and was were able to, like similar situation. Now those are only positive sentences. If you want to make negative sentence or question sentence, you have to just change the pattern, like I can't or I'm not able to come here. Hey, I'm sorry, I'm not able to come to this party, or I can't attend your party, I can't come to your party. Okay, when
Okay.
you are making it negative. Now in the past, can becomes could, and be able to becomes was able to or were able to. Oh, look at these two sentences. One,
Yes.
I was unable to visit him. What does it mean?
Uh, I I have not visited him.
Mm-hmm.
I was not. I was not. I was not able to visit him. I didn't visit him.
Okay, because possibly you were busy, that's why. Okay, this sentence can be written also in another way, like I was not able to visit him,
I was not able. Yes.
or you couldn't visit him, or you couldn't visit him simply. You can say that way. Okay, one, like I couldn't visit you. Make more sentence with the similar type of pattern, like I was unable to, or I was not able to, or I couldn't.
I was not able to cook very well when I was a kid because my mom didn't allow me to do so.
Do you know how to cook now?
Fried chicken.
Ah, you can cook
Yeah, simple things.
fried chicken. Don't think that cooking is simple. Cooking is always wait. Yeah, it's like an art, I should say.
Yes,
Which is why not everyone's food is tasty,
correct.
right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next sentence.
Do you want me to read the next sentence?
Yes, and just think the meaning. If you can use another way expressions.
Okay. I couldn't eat at all when I was ill. I couldn't eat at all when I was ill. So the meaning of this sentence is that I
Hmm.
uh, I has no appetite to eat because I was ill.
I had. It should be
I
in
had
past.
I had no
I,
appetite.
I had no appetite to eat because I was ill. Yes. Or if you say in a grammar in a different way, like I was not able to eat.
I was not able to eat.
Remember, couldn't was not always almost same meaning in the sentence.
Okay. Um,
Hmm? Go on.
I so the sentence is uh, I couldn't I couldn't score I couldn't score in the exam because I had not studied.
Hmm.
Uh,
Say it one more time.
okay. I couldn't score in the exams because I had not studied.
You had not studied well, so you couldn't get good marks. You mean to say, or you couldn't
Yes.
score well.
I couldn't score well in the exam because I had not studied. I hadn't studied.
You hadn't studied well.
Yeah, I hadn't studied well. Okay. I hadn't studied well.
Okay, very good. So now you get the points when you use couldn't or was not or unable to. Okay. Any
Yes.
other questions?
So far, no.
Okay. In the future, we cannot use can. We have to use will be able to, or we can use can, but in a different way. Okay. One.
Okay.
Look at these examples. In the future, we use will be able to or shall be able to. Though in the modern grammar, we don't use shall be anymore. We always use will be. Okay, will be able to or shall be able to. Shall be able to, will be able to. Okay. Say another example like I'll be able to buy house when or if I get good job. I'll be able to buy a house when or if I have enough money. Look at this sentence pattern. It is very amazing pattern. We have used future indefinite the first part, and the second part, look at that, we have used present simple or present indefinite. Okay, this is another example. Is it clear and understandable?
Yes.
So When you mean your ability in the future, we use shall be, will be able to. We can't use can.
Okay.
So look at this pattern one more time. I'm just repeating for you. I'll be able to buy a house when. You can use when, or you can use if. If I get a good job, when I get a good job, I will be able to buy a house when or if I have enough money. And second, the next sentence, the teacher can assist you after class if you have any questions. Yeah, this is kind of future, but it is like a nearest future.
Nearest future.
Not in the future tomorrow. I cannot help you tomorrow. You cannot say like this. You have to say if it is tomorrow, it's mentioned next month, tomorrow, next week, next year. In that case, we have to use I'll not be able to help you, or I will be able to help you in tomorrow. Did you get the difference of these expressions? One?
Uh, when can only we use can in the future context? I got confused a bit.
Yeah, in the present context only.
In the
But
present context.
but look at this sentence. The teacher can assist you after the class if you have any questions. Like I can assist you after class if you have got any questions. This is very nearest future, like that, which means that I'm taking a class or lesson, and I can
Oh,
help you, still help you after the class or lesson. But when
okay.
it is a future that starts from later, like tomorrow, next week, next year, next month, in that case we use will be able to, shall be able to, or will not be able to, or won't be able to, or shall not be able to. Okay.
Okay. Understand.
But the first sentence, I will be able to buy a house, this is a conditional. If you remember, conditional grammar, which we call them conditional sentence.
Yes.
And we'll discuss one day about conditional. Conditional is advanced grammar, where it is like a hypothetical situation, especially condition. There are four types of conditional: zero conditional, first conditional, second, third, and mix. Five types of conditionals, honestly. Okay.
Okay.
So can you make a sentence with this pattern, like we'll be able to, when, if in the present?
Mm, I will be able to join teacher Rahat Ali class next week if I am free.
Very good. Bravo. High five for you. And another one in a different situation, different concept.
Uh, he will be able to join us only if his wife allows him.
Very good. High five.
Okay.
That look at this next pattern. Now, if you want to make it a negative, just simply use I was unable to, or was not able to, or will not be able to. I'm sorry, not past tense. We're talking.
Okay.
Make a negative sentence.
Mm, I will not be able to go to the supermarket because I have no more money.
Okay. Or simply you can say sometimes I'll not be able to go to market next week.
Okay.
Then the person might, hey, what's the reason? Why you're not able to go there? What's the problem? Then you can say, yeah, because I don't have money, or I don't have time, or I'm busy. I've got exam. I have to go somewhere else. Okay.
Okay.
Next one with can. The teacher can assist you after class if you have any questions.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
So these patterns are all right, clear, understandable. One.
Yes. Yes.
Now let's move on. Okay, modal verbs. If you remember, I just said a bit earlier, can or could is also used as a modal verb. So what are modal verbs? In English grammar, modal verbs are those verbs that explains modality, like request, permission. Uh, this type of words we call modality, and we use these words in that case. Can, could, shall, should, will, would. These are modal verbs, okay? And an amazing feature of the modal verb is we do not use preposition after these modal verbs. After the modal verbs, if when you use the main verb, the main verbs come as it is without s or es, regardless any tense. Like we don't say I should to do. I have heard it very often. Our learners use wrongfully this word I should to do. I should to go. No, I should do. I should go. Or you should do. You should go.
I can go home.
I can go home. Yes. Look, have you used any preposition after can? No. You can't come to the class because you're busy. Look, no preposition.
If he
Okay.
says that I can come to the class, is that wrong, sir? I
No,
can
that's
come to the class.
you can or you can't come to the class. That's fine. But what I'm saying, you see, after the can and come, there is no preposition.
Okay.
But I've seen in people used to that, so I have written like this. Yeah, do not use. We do not use any preposition at all. So look at one example. Can you ride the bike? Yes, I can. Like they couldn't find the solution even after their hard work. This is in past tense, yeah, in modal verb. Look, this is the common mistake. I should to do. And another common mistake is one very often people use can't and able to. Do not use to these two same in the same sentence. If you use can't, do not use able to. If you use able to, do not use can't, because they are they've got same meaning. Okay,
Mm. Okay.
and we've already explained. In the future, can turns into will be able to. Like they'll be able to start the program on time. They'll not be able to start. Then if you make a negative sentence. So can you please make some negative sentences with this?
Uh, they will not be able to start the program on time.
Okay, in a different concept, use the pattern like will be able to or will not be able to use for another person, another concept.
Okay. Uh, I will be able to start working on next month.
Mm-hmm.
So
Like,
negative.
mm-hmm.
I will not be able to start working
Start
next month.
start
Uh,
working next month. Hmm. Very good. Now, say sometimes in real life you invite some people, right? Hey, like you have got a friend, say XYZ. You have invited them for your family party. They can say, "Oh, sorry, I'll not be able to join you because I'll be busy." Or you can say, "Hey, will you be able to come to my party?" Yeah. If you make a negative interrogative, will you be able to? Or I'll not be able to. I'll be able to. Okay, and different patterns as you see. I'm just giving you only for the positive, positive sentence. You can make a negative sentence. You can make interrogative sentences. Remember that. That's you have to practice a little bit at home. One, okay. Simply an hour studying here is not enough. So you have to study a little bit more. I'm giving you some guidelines, some structures, some easy ways how sentences can be made. From one pattern, honestly, one you can make hundreds of sentences, meaningful, correct sentences.
yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Next one, let me see. I was not able to sort out the problem. Okay, make it the positive sentence. One.
Uh, I I was able to sort out the problem.
Very good. If I say this word this way, I could not sort out the problem. Can you make it a positive sentence?
I could sort out the problem.
Okay, positive. Interrogative.
Mm, Could I sort out the problem?
Okay. Instead of saying could I, use someone else, because we don't say could I for our case. We ask for other people, hey, couldn't you do that job? Or could you not do the job? Or couldn't you resolve the problem or sort out the problem?
Couldn't I sort out the problem?
Use for someone else, not for your I.
Oh, uh, for the interrogative, sir.
Interrogative or interrogative negative together, you can use
Oh,
both.
okay.
Like couldn't you or could you can use both.
Mm, could you? He. Oh God.
Okay, one, the best way to make sentence like this, make a positive sentence at first.
Oh,
Make a positive sentence, then make it interrogative, then make it an interrogative, and make it negative, then make it interrogative negative. So easy way.
okay. He. Uh, he couldn't go to the. He couldn't go to the cinema with his girlfriend.
Okay,
He couldn't go to his cinema.
so it's a negative sentence. So now make it an interrogative.
Uh,
So bring the couldn't, the verb at the beginning. The best way to make it interrogative sentence, bring the verb at the beginning of the sentence. Like this, your sentence is he couldn't go to the cinema with his girlfriend. Yeah, I'm writing it so that it's easier for you. He couldn't go to the cinema with his girlfriend. Now, when we're making an interrogative, we simply bring the couldn't at the front. Yeah, I've underlined for you.
couldn't he go to the cinema?
So bring the couldn't. Yeah, couldn't he? Remember that when it is an interrogative question, our voice goes up, our tone goes up, so that your listeners can understand it's a question. Couldn't he? Hmm?
Couldn't he? Couldn't he go to the cinema?
With his girlfriend. Okay, like remember that this is another important feature of English language. When it is an interrogative, from your tone people will be able to understand that it's a question. Like, couldn't he go to the cinema with his girlfriend? Raise your voice when you're questioning someone. One, do it one more time.
Couldn't he go to the cinema with his girlfriend?
Very good. And even sometimes, in spoken English, it is a natural way you can ask also question in positive sentence. Like, you are sick? Like we say, you are sick. You are sick? Look, I'm asking in a such a way because of the tone, the sentence has got different meaning. Like you can say, you have gone to the office, you said, hey, I'm sick. You are sick? This is a question. But look at the another expression. You are sick. That is confirmation. I'm confirmed that you are sick. My God, you are sick. That is surprise. Look, which is why tone is very important, and we call it intonation. English language always goes up and down.
I
Okay,
see.
and depending on the tone, once again, one and people who are listening to us silently, one sentence may have different meaning. So you got to be careful the way and the tone you use. Like, couldn't he go to the cinema with his girlfriend? Look, it is upper rising tone, which means it's a question.
Okay.
Would you like to practice one more time?
Okay. Can they? They couldn't. They couldn't work here. They couldn't work here anymore.
Mm-hmm. So make it interrogative now.
Couldn't they work here?
Couldn't they work here? Couldn't they work here? Riser tone.
Couldn't they work here?
One more time.
Couldn't they work here?
Very good. Better than before. Okay. Common errors. I've seen this. People use I can't be able to do that. I couldn't be able to do that. Once again, one. Do not use can't and able together, couldn't and able together. Make it separately. Or simply you can say I couldn't do that or I was not able to do that. Hey, I can't do that or I'm not able to do that. Clear?
Yes.
Would you like to give an example?
Examples of the wrong meaning, sir?
Yep, from your side.
Oh. Uh, we do not use can be able. Yeah, I sometimes I made the mistake. Couldn't be able to.
It's not only you. I have seen hundreds of learners around the world. This is one of the common mistakes.
Mm. Okay.
Do not use can't able or couldn't able together. Use separately. Either can't or either able to. Either could, either able to. I was not able to, if it is past tense.
Okay.
Give us an example, one, so that I understand.
The examples of the right sentence, sir.
Yes,
Are you
examples
asking
with the
of?
sentence, yeah.
Okay, okay. We do not use can be able to. I couldn't be able. I I couldn't I couldn't drive a car.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't drive a car because my license was suspended.
Very good. Now use able to.
Use able to with able to. Uh, I am able to drive a car now because I already paid the summons with the police department.
Okay. Very good. So let's briefly describe to the permission. So in permission, there are two types of permission. Sometimes we ask permissions, sometimes we give permission, right? One, in
Okay.
our daily life, if somebody asks, like if your child comes and says, dad, may I use your mobile phone? Yeah, that is asking for you the permission. Or your friend, you have gone to the office, your friend says, hey, one, I need to use your laptop, may I? Or okay, so then you can say yes, you may, or you can. Remember that when is the matter of permission in English grammar, there are two types of permission. Asking, somebody can ask you, and permission from you, and then after that you have to give the permission. Okay,
Okay.
so which means you are allowing someone to do something. Permission means simply. So for asking permission, we use this type of expression mainly. Can, may, do you mind, would you mind, is it okay? Let me give you one example. Hey, one, can I use your bike? Okay, it's modern English, but in polite way, we shouldn't use can, we should use may. May is always very polite and standard way of asking permission. Like, one, may I use your bike because my bike is broken? Okay, and when like other people can say, do you mind stopping the window? Do you mind closing the window? Do you mind stopping by the supermarket? It is asking a permission. Like you're going together with your friends. In that case, you can say, do you mind if going to the supermarket or buying something for me? Or would you mind coming to my party? Okay? Would you mind coming to my home to see me because I'm sick? In standard modern English, you also use, is it okay if I use your bike? Look, we do not need to use can or may, you can use like this. Or would you mind if I, would you mind giving your bike? Or is it okay if I use your bike?
Is it okay? Is a formal, sir, or we can
It's,
only use for the conversation?
it is very formal. Is it
Oh,
okay?
formal. Is it okay?
Hi, one. Is it okay if I use your bike? Look, can I use your bike? Or may I use your bike? Do you mind giving your bike? Would you mind giving me your bike? Look, with the same, bike, the word, we are using a different patterns. Is it okay? Can you please give me examples for all of them?
Um, do you mind to teach me how to mustard in English?
Okay. Hi. Here is a big rule. Would you mind? Do you mind? Would you mind? After that, we use simply verb plus ing. We do not use preposition again. Do you mind teaching me? Would you mind teaching me? Remember, there is a
Okay.
pattern. This is, do you? We don't say, do you mind to teach me? Do you mind teaching me? I'm writing it for you. Yeah. Verb plus ing. No preposition. Similarly, would you mind verb plus ing? Okay. We don't have much time, so use one sentence again.
Okay. Uh, do you mind visiting me on next week?
Very good. Bravo. High five. Use would you mind?
Would you mind playing games with me now?
Hmm. Okay. Another important matter. Do you mind is informal. Informal and formal, and would you mind is formal expressions. Informal expression we use when we are known each other for a long time, like close friends or families or relatives, though they've got almost same meaning. And would you mind we say in a formal when you don't know the person, like you're asking your colleague whom you don't know, say, would you mind smoking? Or would you mind closing the window? It's very cold. Or would you mind turning on the heater or air con? Okay, one?
Okay.
Is it clear? Would you mind is formal, do you mind is informal?
Yes.
Good, very good. The last one, is it okay?
Is it okay if I stay with you for a few days?
Yes, very good. See, you're asking a permission in a very formal and polite way. Then the person might say, oh no, I've got problem, you can't, blah, blah, whatever. Very
Okay.
good. So remember, these are some of the patterns, and you can watch these videos later, okay? Like, can I, look, I've given some example. Can I go out now? May I come in? Is it okay if she sits there? I've just explained already. May is used for more formal and polite expressions. Now we are giving permissions, yeah? So I'm asking, is it okay if I borrow your bike? How do you answer it now?
Yes, you may use it.
Very good. Or you can use this expression as well. Certainly.
Mm.
Obviously, there is another one. Sure, go ahead. Of course. No problem at all. I've given some of this expression, but there are other expressions like the way you have answered. You may, yes. Okay. Remember, if you use this type of expressions, these are mostly academic expression or formal expressions. Okay. And you may is also another formal expression.
Okay. Got it.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Very good. Time goes quickly. Well, we have got 90 seconds more. Okay. Now, if you refusing, you don't want to give the permission. Look, these are some ways like nope, informal, sorry, nah. Okay. I'm sorry. It's very academic. That's not possible. No, you can't. You are not allowed. Not exactly. No way. No, please. By no means. These are the other expressions.
By no means.
Yeah, can you please read one more time all of these quickly? We don't have much time though.
Nope, sorry, nah. I'm sorry, but that's not possible. No, you can't. You are not allowed. Not exactly. No way. No, please don't. By no means.
Very good. So we have got only 45 seconds. So thank you, Juan. I'll suggest that if you have time, watch this video later to take a notes and practice at home. Remember that an hour practice with the teacher is not enough. You need to study a little bit longer, a little bit more for your own development. If you have any questions, always message me the way you have messaged me. I'll be happy to answer you. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow, same time.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
No problem. You take care and happy Saturday. Thank you.
You should be froze right now.
It's freezing.
Ay, 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 ay.
In Fahrenheit, it is 34. So we're close to freezing temperatures.
What is the difference between Fahrenheit and Celsius? I don't know how can I convert between them without calculations.
I do it through my phone.
Oh my, yeah.
Yep.
Same me, yeah. Someone makes it as a mathematical, Fahrenheit degrees equal to Celsius degrees.
Okay, so where in Egypt should I put, or
Alexandria,
what's your zip code?
Alexandria,
All right, let me put it.
yeah. Alexandria. I think you have a city. It has the same name, Alexandria.
So it's
Teacher
sunny.
Rahat Ali, you're welcome.
It's
Hello,
sunny and 72 there. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
hello.
Hello.
Your weather's great.
Yeah, it's so
How
beautiful.
are you?
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Adnan.
I'm fine, thanks. What about you?
Yeah, we're doing
Good.
great. How are you? Welcome. Awesome.
I
We're
And
love the
serious.
weather in Alexandria, Egypt.
Yeah, Alexandria. Let me write it down
I
for
got
teacher
it.
Rahat Ali. Alexandria.
Alexandria.
Yeah, Alexandria.
72
72
degrees.
degrees. Yeah, exactly.
Hi,
Hi,
Fish.
fish.
hello.
Amir, come back. Uh, I would like to bring a cup of coffee, or are you hungry, Angela?
Can you read it?
What's your favorite fast food chain?
Chick-fil-A.
I think my favorite fast food is Domino's Pizza.
Portillo's.
Domino's Pizza.
Yeah, pizza.
Yeah, pizza. I like Domino's.
I like the pizza. There's not a whole lot of pizza that I don't like.
Really? What is the favorite flavor would do you like in pizza?
The ones I get on the
Not sure.
street and the big
Cheese.
slices,
Mm.
like where they have them just like after hours, like in Miami, they have them out of like little windows, and you go to the walk-up window and you can get a huge slice of pizza for like $3. Those are my favorite when you can get it by the slice and it's a big slice.
Do you have a different
Borrow.
price? Do you have a different price for pizza? It depends
Yeah, if I
about
go
the
to
flavor and the size. I'm not talking about the size, but just
the
for sure.
location,
Oh
the
my.
location. Yeah, and it depends
Teacher
on
Rahat
and
Ali, I miss
like
you. I love you, sir.
teacher
Pizza
Rahat
margarita. Yeah,
Ali.
pizza margarita.
What an honor.
If you have a few minutes, just hop on with us if you don't mind, Teacher Rahat Ali. He is amazing. I miss you, sir. Big boss for grammar, Angela.
I know. I'm on his live streams all the time.
Yeah.
Even if it says subscribers only, I still go.
Oh my. I like to listen for his live stream. He's amazing at all.
Yes, I
Yesterday,
agree.
yesterday he was talking about something so important. Just he said, he just taught us about how can you explain uh, ability in the past. Is that right, Rahat? Yeah, just to speak about the ability. Oh my, yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing. Listen in class. I liked it.
Oh, yeah, I love him. Yep, I'm there. I'm
Yeah,
always on his live streams.
yeah. He is a complete teacher. Yeah, I have got a lesson now. I can join. Okay, thank you so much being here on the common teacher Hatali. Nice to nice to meet you.
Lesson now. I can't join. Oh, well, thank you so much for being here.
You are amazing as usual, Hatali. So thank you. Thank you so much being here on the common.
Oh,
Do you still remember any story about childhood, Angela? When
yes,
you were as a child? Tell us a little
yes.
bit of story. You can't forget it.
Another account again. Julia. Oh my god, how could he do that? Look, Julia. He created new account.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Seriously. Oh my God, teacher Rahat. And then right now he oh my God, Ryan, Dani, teacher Rahat Ali, Philip, and Yulia. Request to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
No. Just ignore them.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh
I
my God, for what?
the
Sorry, Mr. Fake Account. Sorry, I'm here just practice English. Sorry. Okay, maybe you can find another person. Okay.
No! Oh my god, you can't say that. No. Oh my god, you can find another person. No.
Okay.
Teacher Rahat Ali,
Oh,
Teacher Rahat Ali is here, the
yeah.
real one. He's here.
Teacher, hold on. Teacher, please.
This is
If
true
you
or not?
if
Oh
you
my God.
available,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's the real one. That's the real one.
this is
Yeah. So
real.
This
by
one?
the way, yeah, Teacher Rahat Ali, thank you so much for coming here. Yeah, we just like have some concern about the same guy who used to
Okay.
create a lot of accounts and annoy
Mm.
people. And yeah, I hope Hallo will take action for this.
Okay. This one true or not?
Yeah.
Oh, this is real
He's the real
teacher.
one. He's the real one. Oh my
ส
god.
วัสดี
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, this
Oh my god.
mm, mm, yeah.
Yeah. Alhamdulillah.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, you're famous teacher.
Yeah.
You know, Teacher Ali, Teacher Rahat Ali. Before, the guys, fake guys, wanna hop on in my live stream. You and Ryan, and then because suddenly I didn't use my hijab, and then suddenly I hurried to use my hijab because I wanna see you. You know, I'm so honored. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. Thankfully, Ras inform me. Come on, kick out the guys because this is the fake account. Yeah. Oh, but um, okay. But I don't know because I afraid this is it's okay.
Oh, he's gone. Yeah, so by the way, Beavid and Grandma, I have to go. It's a soup right here, so I need to do wudu. Thank you so much for having me on, and inshallah, if you guys are still here, I'm gonna
Ras,
join you one.
stay with me. You promised to accompany me when I create my live stream.
Oh my God, yeah, but it's prayer. It's Asur.
Oh, okay. If you have
Yeah, I'll be
finished
back
your,
later,
yeah,
inshallah.
okay.
No, I'll be back, inshallah. Yeah, after. It's just gonna take like 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Bye bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Grandma.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
This is
Don't
my
go,
classmate.
Brad.
I'll be back
Don't
later,
go.
inshallah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll
Bye,
just
bye,
have
yeah.
my
bye.
prayer. So yeah, it's just gonna take for 10 or 15 minutes.
Raz.
Cool.
Okay.
I'm gonna pray Asar.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Okay.
okay.
Take your time, Raz.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Uh,
Yeah, I'll pray for you guys.
yeah,
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 thank
yeah.
you so much, Raf.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Raf, don't forget to
You're
to
welcome.
to thought Allah. Oh no. Okay, later.
What? You wanna what?
Okay.
Candy? Oh my god. Baby.
Okay, I'll be back later. Bye
Okay,
bye.
babe.
Love you.
Okay.
Okay, bye bye.
Okay.
Othman,
Yeah, baby.
teacher Rahat Ali joined in my live stream.
It's not. Yeah.
No.
I hear in
No,
Raz.
no.
It's not. It's fake. Because I
No,
think
after date. No, after
after that.
date. Yeah,
Mhm.
the real
The real
teacher Rahat. Yeah.
Ali.
Teacher Ali.
Hmm.
Real teacher
Because
Ali.
I saw
Lahat Ali.
teacher Ali
Come.
make
Come.
her live stream. That's why
Okay.
when the fake Ali come to your live stream,
Yeah. Like
the
that.
real the real use her live stream. That's why.
Yeah,
How are you,
finally.
Candy?
Teacher Ali. Come. I'm doing great.
Good to know
Mm.
how it is going
Thank you. How about you, old
in your
man?
side. Yeah, me too.
When
Thanks for asking.
when will you do you will you do your own live stream? I wait. I'm waiting.
For my live stream.
Yeah, you can imagine
Yeah.
Othman. Me
Yeah,
and Candy
I'm
always
just
support
enjoy
you.
with other Candy, you know.
Know what?
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm just enjoy with other live.
Okay, so welcome once again. Dear viewers, I've just come to know that someone has made some fake account about my name. That's great. But that person should know that the management and authority of this app are aware of that you guys are trying to make fake accounts. You're not going to survive for long, as you might be aware. Even though you make 20,000 accounts, your account would be banned. We are trying to find out a permanent solution for the fake people who make fake accounts with the teacher's name or student's name and try to harass in others' live stream. And I don't know what you get in return. You're just wasting your time, your energy, and money for no reason. You're not getting out anything of it. Okay, let's wait until I get my subscriber, then we will kick off our lesson. This morning's lesson is IELTS speaking practice. Once again, dear viewers, it is a regulated class only for the subscribers. So if you'd like to join, it's very simple and easy. Visit my account and sign up from there, and then you'll be able to come here and talk to me. And after finishing this lesson, dear viewers, remember, I'm going to start a free lesson for all of you. Stay connected, and hopefully we can learn a lot of things. So our time has started. It's 7 a.m. UK time, which is my regular class times, and my students or subscribers will be here in no time. That's wait a while. Okay, until my students are here, let's listen to some BBC English learning podcast.
From bbclearningenglish.com.
Okay, let's move on.
6 Minute English from 6 Minute English from bbclearningenglish.com.
Hello, this is 6 Minute English from BBC Learning English. I'm Neil.
And I'm Sam.
In this 6 Minute English, we're talking about music. What sort of music do you like listening to, Sam?
Well, I wouldn't say I have one specific type. My taste in songs is more eclectic, a word that describes taste which includes a wide variety of styles.
Well, in this programme, we're talking all about grime, a style of music which originated in London, specifically in the tower blocks of East and South East London.
Yes, the artists are predominantly young black men and often cite the decaying tower blocks they grew up in as an inspiration for the urban style of music.
Well, before we continue talking about music, I have a question for you, Sam. Stormzy is one of the most famous grime artists. What is his name? Is it A, Michael Amari, B, Martin Owusu, or C, Marvin Appiah?
I think I might know this one. I'll say A, Michael Amari.
We can find out if you're right at the end of this program. For many people, knowing the origin of a type of music helps them to understand more about the style and lyrics.
Here's writer Jude Yawson talking with BBC journalist Andrew Marr about his experience growing up on an estate in southeast London on the BBC Radio 4 programme Start the Week.
Yeah, so I live like an estate. It's in Annerley, near Crystal Palace, and for me, growing up, the experience was like literally acknowledging the different cultures and peoples that live within like this estate. And it was around the age of about, say, 7 or 8. That's when things for me in my particular estate started to get a bit more contentious with the other people like moving in, kids coming of age, becoming more like free and venturing out and around the estate, and you know, the police kind of like harassing Bob.
So you've got different cultures knocking into each other, and then
Yeah.
the police knocking into everybody else.
Yeah.
So Jude Yawson describes his upbringing. He used the word contentious, likely to cause or create an argument, to describe life on the estate.
Yes, and he said the kids were coming of age, meaning transitioning from a child to an adult. In his interview, he goes on to say how a teacher gave him the advice that if he ever got stabbed, not to remove the knife as he would bleed to death.
He says that at the age of 14, when he was told that, he felt grateful and that the teacher was looking out for him. But in hindsight, questions why a teenager should receive that information.
What this does is give us an insight into life and the background that led to some people, like Stormzy, creating grime music. He says that it started off in the bedrooms and basements of tower blocks and homes in these areas of London, with many artists' work being broadcast on pirate radio stations.
That said, for some people, this type of music represents something different. There are some who think the hard-hitting lyrics and strong beats glorify violence. They see it as an aggressive and violent form of music.
However, Jude Yawson, speaking with Andrew Marr on the BBC Radio 4 programme Start the Week, has a different interpretation of what grime music is all about.
I describe grime as like a soulful shout. There's a necessity in literally getting all of this content out of yourself. And one of the most predominant grime artists, Wiley, was basically the first person that created this sound. It's like 140 beats per minute, because that's such a raw tune. But the chorus literally chants like, there are lots of signs in life, some that you may not realize. And for me, I was listening to that as like a 11, 12-year-old, and it's very existential.
He used the word predominant, which describes the strongest or most important thing, to describe the artist Wiley. That's who Jude Yawson says was the first person to create the grime sound.
He also used the verb chant, sings repeatedly over and over, to talk about the chorus from one of Wiley's songs.
And he described the experience of listening to it as being existential, relating to human existence.
Which inspires me to listen to some grime music after today's show. But before we do, I ask you a question about the real name of the grime artist Stormzy.
You did, and being a fan of many different music styles, I think I know this one. I said A, Michael Amari.
You really do know your music, Sam. You are right. In fact, full name is Michael Ebenezer Kwajo Omari Uwuyo Jr. I think I'll have to make the next question much harder for you. So before we leave today, let's recap the vocabulary, starting with eclectic, a word which describes taste, which includes a wide variety of stuff.
Contentious means creating or causing arguments.
We also had coming of age, transitioning from child to adult.
Predominant refers to something that is the strongest or most important.
Chant is a verb which means sing or repeat the same thing over and over again, and existential means relating to human existence.
Well, we certainly learned a lot about grime music and its origin.
There are lots more 6-minute English programs to enjoy on our website at bbclearningenglish.com.
Thanks for listening and goodbye.
6-minute English from the BBC.
Alright guys, so that's the 6-minute English from the BBC. Let's listen to another one until my subscribers are here.
English from bbclearningenglish.com.
Hello, 6-minute English from BBC Learning English. I'm Sam.
And I'm Neil.
In this program, we're talking all about restaurants, specifically about tipping. That's giving money to waiting staff for the service you received.
Yes, well, tipping is discretionary, which means that someone can decide whether they want to give money or not. In most places in the UK, it's an expected practice.
But have you ever thought where that money goes or who actually receives it? Do they have to pay tax on it, or is it just a gift?
Some people think that the person who brought our food is the one who gets the money. However, that isn't always the case.
Well, before we find out more about where our tips go, I have a question about restaurants. The highest restaurant in the world, Atmosphere, is in Dubai, in the building known as the Burj Khalifa. But how high up is that restaurant? Is it A, 442 meters, B, 532 meters, or C, 622 meters?
Well, that all sounds really high up to me, but I'm going to say C, 622 meters.
Okay, I'll reveal the answer towards the end of the show, but now let's talk more about what happens to our tips once you have given them to someone.
It seems that different restaurants and businesses have different systems in place across the country.
And sadly, that isn't always to the benefit of all waiting staff. That's according to James, a waiter, who was speaking with Peter White on the BBC programme You and Yours.
There's nothing consistent about the tipping system throughout all the different companies. They all have their own, and they're all unfair in their own equal way. A tip is not mandatory. I have to earn it as a reward for the service I provide. People don't tip for good food. They already pay for it on the bill. Recently, when I've been given cash, I've been imposed in more than one company to put it in a jar and split it. The split hasn't been exactly fair to me. My first week, one job I did 50 pounds in the jar for the week. That was just myself, and there was 4 other servers. And at the end of the week, I was presented with a bag with £2.45 in it.
So James used the word consistent, which means acting the same way over time. However, he used it negatively when talking about the tipping systems in most companies.
He also used mandatory, which is something someone must do and is the opposite of the word discretionary.
And he also said imposed, which means forced upon someone.
So it seems that James is not impressed by some businesses' tipping systems. However, for many restaurants, there is a special arrangement with the UK tax body, the HMRC.
Yes, it's called a trunk system, which sees all of the tips collected in one separate independent bank account and stops the payments being charged at the wrong rate of tax.
Kate Nichols, a representative for UK Hospitality, speaking with Peter White on the BBC programme You and Yours, explains more about the intention of a trunk system.
Well, increasingly, as we're moving towards a cashless society, increased use of credit card, particularly over the COVID pandemic, more and more of those tips, gratuities, service charges are coming through on a credit card payment. And a trunk is a special arrangement organised with HMRC that lets businesses pool tips and service charge payments and then fairly distribute them.
Kate Nichols mentioned that society is becoming cashless, which means fewer people are using paper notes or coins to pay for things, preferring to use credit cards.
She also used the verb pool, a word which means collect together or group. It's very interesting to note that payments which you give to one person may be distributed equally across the business, from kitchen staff to management, depending on a business's protocol.
But that brings me back to today's question. I asked you, how high up is the world's highest restaurant?
You certainly did, and they all sounded exceptionally high up. I went for option C, 622 meters in the air, the tallest option. Was I right?
I'm afraid not this time. Atmosphere is actually 442 meters in the air, so not quite as high as you thought.
Well, it still sounds pretty high to me. Now it's time to recap some of the vocabulary we've mentioned today. First off, we had discretionary, which is something that is a choice for the person doing it. It is not an obligation.
Consistent describes something that acts or behaves in the same way over and over again.
Then we had mandatory, which describes something a person must do.
If something is imposed on you, it is forced on you.
Cashless refers to card or digital payments rather than notes and coins, while pool is a verb and means grouped together all in one place.
Well, that certainly is food for thought next time you dine out. That brings us to the end of this week's 6-Minute English, but remember that there's a range of other topics that you can find on our website, bbclearningenglish.com, or you can also catch them on social media or our free app.
That's right, all you need to do to download the app is type in BBC Learning English on the Play Store or App Store, depending on what type of phone you have. There's lots of things on there to check out, and as Sam says, it's completely free.
Thanks for listening, and goodbye.
Goodbye.
6-Minute English from the BBC.
Okay, dear viewers, we're listening to the BBC podcast. Our local time is 7:16 a.m., which is the UK time. As you know, there is a subscribers lesson. Only my students can come and join. I believe that my students are busy today, possibly, but however, I will continue listening to BBC 6 Minutes English Learning Podcast. By listening to an English podcast, we can also develop our listening skill as well as our speaking style by imitating it. Remember that it is an important matter for all of you where we need to practice regularly. A teacher can give you some tips, lessons, and guidelines, but at the end of the day, it is you who must practice a lot. By practicing a lot, you can change your English. You can take your English language to the next level. Okay?
This is a download from BBC Learning English. To find out more, visit our website.
6-Minute English from bbclearningenglish.com.
Hello, this is 6-Minute English from BBC Learning English. I'm Neil.
And I'm Sam.
These days, our lives are filled with devices that were unimaginable only a few years ago. The sorts of things you read about in science fiction novels but never thought you'd own.
Yes, like those robots that vacuum your floor or voice-activated lights. We call many of these things smart tech.
But while they can help with the little tasks at home, some people are wondering whether they can help fight climate change.
Yes, smart homes, regulating things like the temperature, are a step in the right direction. Using AI to learn when the house is occupied and the optimal time to fire up the heating is one way to limit wasteful use of resources.
The problem comes from the origin of the energy which powers these home systems. If it's fossil fuels, then digging them up, an informal way of saying removing something from the earth, and burning them creates carbon emissions.
I suppose that's why many people are trying to find more renewable forms of energy to reduce their carbon footprint.
Well, it's interesting that you mentioned carbon footprint because my question is about that today. How many tons of carbon dioxide are humans responsible for emitting into the atmosphere every year? Is it more than A, 30 billion, B, 40 billion, or C, 50 billion?
Well,
Hi,
Neil, that
Ariane.
all sounds like a lot to me, but I'll go straight down the middle and say B, 40 billion tons.
Okay, Sam,
All
we'll
right.
find out the correct
Welcome.
answer at the end of the program. So you mentioned
All
earlier
right.
that people are
Ariane,
looking
thanks for
into
the
ways to
donation.
use more renewable energy.
So because you
There
were
are
not
also
here,
some
so I was
problems
listening
with
to
that form
BBC
of energy
podcast.
production.
Yes, for example, many of these technologies rely on certain weather conditions, which
If you
affect the
can
levels of energy production.
interact.
Dr. Enes Abo Hamed, CEO of...
All right. Ariane, thank you very much for joining. I know that you're busy today and you'll be staying in comment. Okay, that's great. So we are going to start some lessons so that we can practice a little bit. Earlier I discussed about the ability, permission, and request, and we'll continue the same lesson today. Okay, so let's go on. Permission. Okay, very often in our real life, situation, we ask permissions, and we give permission as well. So there are some ways to which we can use, these permissions. So generally, there are two types of permission: asking permission and giving permission. So when you ask permission, we ask in a polite way, most natural way as well. Okay, the first one we ask permission is like this: can we use can, or may, or do you mind, or would you mind, is it okay? These are the some ways we can use the permission. Examples: can I go out now? Okay, then may I come in? We have to bear in mind that the difference between can and may is more polite, more academic, and whereas can is like informal. Okay, and hang on a moment, I have to plug into my headphone. So informal, expressions we use in our family members, close friends, and relatives. That's right, Arian. Permission means allow someone to do something. So there are two types of permission. I can ask permission from you, and you can give the permission. So we use this kind of expressions like, once again, can, may, do you mind, would you mind, is it okay, when you're asking permissions. So I'm going to give you examples one more time, like, can I go out now? May I come in? Or is it okay if she sits there? Or would you mind? Would you mind closing the window? So one greatest important matter about this permission is that we must use verb with ing after do you mind and would you mind. We don't use preposition, Ariane, okay? We don't say would you mind to do, would you mind doing me a favor, it should be. Remember, this is the grammar pattern, we have to follow it. Like, would you mind doing me a favor? Yeah, I'm writing your example here. So it should be, would you mind doing me a favor? That is your example, okay? So, would you mind doing me a favor? Yes, lovely. That is the correct form. Remember that if you use this pattern, would you mind, do you mind, we must use verb plus ing. We do not need to use preposition. Using preposition really makes the sentence unnatural and incorrect. So it's better to use the correct form. Yes, if you have any more examples, you can still type on the comment section so that I can amend it, Ariane. Okay, so let's move on. May is also used in formal and polite expressions, remember that. Now we give permissions in different ways. Number one, If somebody asks you, say, hey, Aryan, may I come into your home? You can say yes or no when you're giving permission, when you're being positive. Then you can say yes, certainly, or sure, go ahead, of course, or no problem. Yeah, yes, sure, that's great. That's another way you can say. And if you don't want to give the permission, what do you have to say when you're refusing the permission? Okay, so we're going to also show that one. So refusing, or you don't want to give the permission, and we say in a few ways. Like simply nope is the informal expression. Remember, nope or nay, or nah, nay. In English they say nay, this one, okay? Though it is written NAH. Sorry, I can't. Yes, very good. Sorry, I can't, or nope. Simply sorry, or I'm sorry, but that's not possible. It's very standard and academic. No, you can't. This is informal as well. You are not allowed, or not exactly. Okay, and no way, you can't come there, or you can't come to my place, you can't come to my party. We use this type of expression with the friends. Remember, there are formal and informal expressions. Both are written here. So you got to be careful when you use these words. No, please don't. This is academic. By no means you're coming to my party. Like Jenny has, asked me if she can come to my party. Then I'm saying, oh, by no means you're coming to my party. By no means, but Aryan, it's an expression phrase. By no means no, yeah, you're not coming to my party. Okay, it's plural. Yeah, remember, by no means. It's a phrasal verb, or we can say a phrase. By no means. And on the other side, someone can say that, no, by any means I'll come to your party. By no means, by any means, these are expressions or phrasal verbs. If somebody say by any means, means by any way. By no means means no way. All right, so these are some of the expressions, but you can also use other expressions. I'm just giving some ideas how you can say no for the permission for anything. And also in our daily life, in English expression, we use request. It is important we use the right word for making and responding requests. So expressing tone or intonation is important. Remember that. In English language, when you're speaking, we have got strong words or stressed words or content words where we stress on it, okay? And we have got weaker words or less stressed words, or the words which are not important. We call them functional words. So it is important we use the right word for making and responding to requests. So expressing tone or intonation is important whenever we have our conversation. Okay, so we use generally can you when request. So can you, could you, may I, would you mind. Again, would you mind, do you mind is also used for request. Remember that. But the difference between do you mind and would you mind is, do you mind is informal, where would you mind is formal. So Aryan, if you have time, maybe you can make some sentences so that, could you bring me some milk? Yes, that's very good English. Yeah, so could you bring me some milk? That's great. Or could you come to my home? That is a kind of request. Or could you attend my party? or may I join a live stream? Okay, may I come in, sir? Very often we use when you go to school or colleges or universities. Sometimes you need to take the permission. May I go with you tonight? May I go with you tonight to the party? Yes, tonight's party. It should be more clearly. May I go to tonight's party? May I go with you to tonight's party? Not tonight party. It should be tonight's party. We must use an apostrophe s. So I'm going to write it down. Then, do you mind, or would you mind coming to my party? See, may I go to tonight's party? Remember, it's not tonight party. It should be tonight's party. Okay, that's cool. That's amazing, Aryan. High five for you. Next one. When you're responding to a request, we use like this. Sure, here you are. Like you use this expression when you're asking something. Say you're asking, may I have the book over there? Then the person brought the book, and when you are giving it to you, then say, oh, sure, here you are. Can you help me to carry those heavy things? Okay. Remember, this sentence is correct, Aryan. Also, if you think that help is a causative verb, you don't need to use preposition as well. Can you help me carry those things? Can you help me carry those heavy things? This expression can be also used like this when we treat help is a causative verb. Okay, I'm just going to write it to you once again. Okay, no, do it yourself. Yes, that's a very good answer as well. Remember, help is a causative verb, and after causative verb, if you use any other verb, we don't need to use preposition. Okay, like help, make, get. These are the most used causative verbs. Okay, like what makes you laugh? In the present tense or in the past tense, what made you laugh? Okay, and also let. Oh, let us play it together. I let him drive my car. Okay, I let him drive my car, for example. So let, make, help, get, these are mostly used as a causative verbs. If there is another verb at the beginning, like can you help me carry those heavy things? So, generally it is natural to say like this, can you help me carry those heavy things? Also, Aryan, remember, and all the listeners who are listening to me silently, when we are asking a question, our tone must be rising tone or upper tone, and from the tone, listener will be able to understand whether it's a question or a surprise or a statement. Rising tone, yes, that's very important. Look at the similar sentence. Can you help me carry those heavy things? It's a question. Okay, then if I say in a different tone, can you carry me? Can you help me carry those things? Look, surprise. Similarly, depending on the tone, people will be able to understand. So it is very important to use the accurate intonation to express yourself clearly. Okay, so let's move on. Sure, here you are. Okay, so you're asking something and someone says, okay. No way. Thanks, but no thanks. Do you know what does it mean? Thanks, but no thanks. It's a polite way you are refusing someone. You don't want it. We say thanks at the beginning, but later you say no thanks. Thanks, but no thanks. And also simply no thanks is also acceptable. No thanks. Okay. Let me see what I can do for you. Okay, this type of conversation mostly takes place, when you're having a request to book your class or book a lesson, or book somewhere like in a clinic or maybe hospital or maybe some other place in restaurants. Then you're phoning and you said, hey, can I book up 2 tables for this weekend? And say the receptionist said, oh, sorry sir or madam, all the tables are booked, but let me see what I can do for you. In that case, they can use these sentences. It's like a very polite way to say uh, no, but not that direct way, because sometimes in English language we have to refuse politely many things, and in that case expression is important and needed. Okay, Aryan, you got it. That's great. So like someone has asked you, can you do me a favor, like the way, can you come to my house this week? Then you can say, I don't think that I'm able to do it now, or I don't think that I'm able to come to your home next week or Saturday because I'm busy. So remember, if you can use simple sentence, I'm sorry or no, informal expressions, as well as compound sentence like this, I don't think that I'm able to do it. It's a compound sentence. Remember that sometimes compound sentences are so strong and so amazing, you have to just use it to make your expressions so understandable. And especially people who sit for the IELTS exam, in their written part, in writing section, as well as speaking part, it is important to use compound sentences and complex sentences rather than simple sentences. If you use compound and complex sentences, your chances of getting higher marks is always guaranteed, which means that you can get more marks, the speaking part and written part. Okay, let's move on. Then we can also say in a hypothetical way, you're asking a help. Hi, could you help me? Then you can say this is a hypothetical situation, or we call it conditional sentence. I wish I could help you. Okay. So I wish I could help you, which means that you have a strong desire to help the person, but you can't because maybe you're busy, maybe you don't have time, or maybe you're going somewhere else. So remember, you can use this expression as well. I wish I could help you. Okay, this is a conditional once again, or it is not directly conditional, honestly, it's hypothetical. So we use this type of expression with present. The verb must be past, like I wish I could help you, I wish I could go there, yeah, I wish I could come to your party. Yes, this is one of the ways to refuse. Exactly, Aryan. Okay, and but if you're saying sometimes in a positive, oh, certainly, with my pleasure. Like, may I borrow your pen? Certainly, with my pleasure. You can say. You can say, oh no, certainly not. I'm sorry, I'm using it. Okay, and these are the some ways. And now, especially easy. Would you mind? Remember once again that I have explained already. Would you mind is always followed by gerund. If you remember, gerund are those where we use ing with the verb. We call them gerund. Verb plus ing is called gerund. Okay. So any verb with ing is called gerund. So would you mind opening the window? Would you mind telling us a story? Would you mind carrying out my bag? Would you mind coming to my party? Would you mind helping this person? Or would you mind going there? Would you mind moving here? So these are some examples, and please make sure you practice this. Do not use would you mind to help. Okay, so that is an important grammatical rule or feature. Thank you very much, Aryan. You're so proactive and answering. Would you mind cooking for me the whole life? Yes, you can tell it to your partner. Okay, Aryan? Certainly, I can cook everything for you. Okay? As long as you marry someone else, sometimes wives, you can ask your wife, if you're a husband, would you mind cooking for me? Yeah. Sometimes some husband can cook as well for the wife. Then the wife can say, would you mind cooking for me tonight, or would you mind cooking for me tomorrow, etc. Thank you very much. So let's move on. So would you don't mind? Now make it negative sentence. We know how to use positive. We have to know how we can use it negatively. Would you never mind, or would you don't mind? We can use both way. Would you don't mind? Don't mind, or would you never mind? Okay, so let's make it a negative sentence. So would you don't mind asking his name? Okay, next one, would you don't mind telling her off? Would you don't mind moving from here to there? Would you don't mind lending me your car? Yes. But remember, you're asking in a positive way, so do not use a negative concept in this case. Would you mind? In that case, if you're asking really to lend a car from your friend, would you mind lending me your car? Just be positive. But I'm just giving an example, though we don't use very often. Would you don't mind? Okay. Yeah, would you mind lending me a car? Thank you, Aryan. That's really cool. And would you never mind? Like, would you never mind smoking here? Because smoking is not good for health. Okay, you can say like this. Would you never mind making a noise? So you're asking the people not to make noise in your shop or in your place where they live. Would you never mind saying bad things? Would you never mind telling us the fact? Okay, so these are some of the uh, you know examples of accepting and responding to the request. Okay, and also permission. I'm sure we use permission ability. I'm sorry, ability. Express someone has the power. We use can and could and be able to. Can is in the present tense and could is in the past tense. And be able to, if you remember, be verb is the like am, is, are, was, were, shall be, will be, etc. Okay. Would you don't mind saying bad words? Yes, that's a very good sentence, Aryan. Bravo, high five for you. And also you can say, would you don't mind making a noise in my business place? Would you don't mind harassing anyone? You see, would you don't mind making fake accounts? By the way, this morning, someone made a fake account about me and Ryan. And so I don't know why some people do that. I don't know what they get out of it. They waste their time and money and energy. They're using the internet, okay? So they're wasting their data and money, obviously. You can't get the data freely. And definitely the time they're wasting for nothing, because then should know that our learners know that how to find out a genuine account or a fake account, and definitely they will report and your account might get banned in no time. Okay, They are misbehaved. Yes. Okay, let's move on. We have got 15 minutes more. Let's express our ability once again, can and be able to. So remember, Aryan, be verb is am, is, are, was, were, shall, will be. We can use also can be, could be, maybe, might be, this can be used as well. We use, I'm sure, I am, we are, you are, she is, they are in present tense. And in the past tense, we use I was, we were, you were, she was, one was, I should say, Aryan was as well, if I want to add. Hang on a second, let me add your name in past tense, okay? So if you want to express the ability in the present form, so you can say that, like, I'm able to take lessons 4 hours at a time. Okay, number 1, she is not happy. She's not able to go there. Remember that. She's not able to join my lesson. For example, today Ariane is not able to hop on because she's busy. So this is the ability we're expressing. Okay, and we use are after the plural number like you, we, they, or any other plural. It's like they are not able to listen to your lesson anymore. Non-subscribers are not able to join my lesson and talk to me or make comments because this is the Hello policy. By the way, dear viewers, after finishing this lesson, I'm going to make another public live stream about the Hello Code of Conduct, how to understand whether it's a fake account, genuine account, whether it's a teacher or a student. Okay, and possibly we'll discuss some grammar test as we go through. Okay, we use could in the past tense, like I couldn't come to your party yesterday because I was busy. Or I couldn't go to the school because I was sick. Or you can say, I couldn't attend your funeral because I was not in this town. Okay, or you can say simply positively, I could visit you if you invited me. Look, this is a conditional though. If you remember, conditional sentences are made, advanced grammar level. Sometimes it is a bit problematic. Aryan says, I couldn't go out because of COVID-19. Yes, that's a very good sentence. Well done and bravo. High five. Okay, so there are some examples I've given here. I can't help you. Like, can you help me? If someone is asking you, you can say simply, I can't help you. I'm busy. Remember that we must use also magic expression like, I'm sorry, I can't help you. I've just omitted it deliberately so that you can use it while you're making conversation. I'm sorry, I can't help you. I'm busy. In English language, we also learn etiquettes and manners. Remember that we need to follow those etiquettes and manners when we're talking and while we're writing English. We don't simply say, I can help you. No. You can say informally to your friends and families, but if it is an formal environment or formal situation, always use I'm sorry, the magic words. If you remember, the 4 magic words are there. Excuse me, sorry, please, thank you. In England, children are taught these 4 magic words when they attend the school. And with these 4 magic words, amazingly and honestly, you can start conversation anywhere in the world. Okay, like, excuse me, then say thank you. Oh, sorry, I'm lost here. Do you know how to go to the post office? For example, So use these magic words, make a sentence or start a conversation, and definitely you can just move on from there. Yes, I'm afraid is a very standard word. Thank you, Arian. So if you use I'm afraid, then the person might understand that you are really an educated person, because no general people do not use I'm afraid. Okay. So always use I'm sorry or I'm afraid. I am afraid. It means also I'm sorry, but very polite way and very standard way. That's really cool. Like, I'm afraid that I can't help you. Okay, I'm busy. Or I'm afraid that I can't help you because I'm going somewhere. I'm afraid that I can't help you because I've got class now. I've got a class with RahatAli, for example. Or I'm afraid I can't help you because I'm going to Aryan's shop to buy something important, urgent. Okay, so use I'm sorry or I'm afraid, and definitely people will be amazed to listen to your conversation. Okay, so let's move on a little bit. We've got 10 minutes more. Then ability in the present, remember we use can and am, be able to in present form, can and can't in negative. I can't speak good English. I can't speak in good English. I can't and I can't. Remember, if you use not with can, stress on the can't. I can't. Okay, but American pronunciation would be can't. I can't. I can't. So be careful how the way you try to pronounce it. So express ability, can and can't put together. Or you can say not able to, okay? I'm not able to. Or I'm able to. I am able to. Or I'm not. I'm not able to join you. Okay, so you can use both way. I'm able to. I'm not able to join you. Or if you're asking questions, say, are you able to join me? Now you're asking, are you able to join me? No, I'm not able to join. I'm sorry. Simply, you can say, I'm afraid I'm not able to join you. I'm not able to speak English well. Yes, I can speak my mother tongue very well. That's very good. Okay. I can speak my mother tongue very well too because yeah, I'm native, like the way Aryan is native. So that is important, you know. Why sometimes people say that, are you native, you know? But there is a definition of native as well in English language. You know, sometimes people ask me, RahatAli, are you a native teacher? I say to them, look, I was not born here, so I migrated here quite a long time. And when you are expert in speaking in a language like a native, you can say that, yeah, you're a native, though you're not born there. But even though some people are born here, they don't live in this country, they live in another country. So you can't say that, oh, that guy was born in England but lives in Japan. So he's a Japanese native now, not English native, okay? So these are some examples. Let's move on. In the past, remember that in the past, the can becomes could. And this be able to, we use was and were able to. Like, I was unable to visit him, or I was not able to visit him. Okay, or I couldn't visit him, you can say simply. I couldn't. They are similar meaning, okay? They've got same meaning. Were you able to play basketball? Yes. When you were a child, were you able to play basketball? Make it a bit more interesting, okay, Aryan? Like when you were a child, when you were a teenager, were you able to play basketball? When you are a young boy, were you able to ride a bike? You can say like that. Yes, you can say yes simply, or yes, when I was a child, I was able to play basketball. I was able to ride a bike. I was able to swim 5 kilometers, say. I was able to run 30 miles. So these are some explanations. Okay, very good, Aryan. High five for you. Now, simply, you can use also could. When you were a child, could you walk 3 miles at a time? No, I couldn't because I was a child. Or sorry, I couldn't. When I was a child, I was able to dance very well. Yes, that's a very good sentence. High five for it. See, these are positive sentence. You can make negative sentence as well. Like when I was a child, I was not able to dance well. Okay, but I was able to say swim. For example, I was not able to dance, but I was able to swim. That's really cool, you know. So remember once again, was, were, and couldn't are used in past ability situation. Now in the future, we do not use can or could. We use shall be, will be able to. That is the amazing part. Remember that. Like I will be able to buy a house when or if I get a good job. Remember that this is a very amazing pattern we used in the conditional sentence as well. Future tense, if, when, present indefinite. So we do not use two future indefinite in the same sentence. Aryan, remember that in the modern English, we use generally, I'm writing is I shall, we shall, you shall, and except these three people, everything would be will. Like she will, he will, like Aryan will, for example. But in modern English, they use will for everything. So they think that shall will doesn't make much difference. Let's use will. Okay. Though in conventional grammar, will means like a promise, like I will help you. If you say someone that I will help you, that means that you're promising to the person that you're going to help the person. Okay. But in the modern grammar, concept of modern grammar, they don't think that there should be any difference between shall and will. Rather, it will be the same meaning. However, still people use that I shall, we shall, once again, you shall. But she will, he will. I'm sorry, not you shall, it should be you will. My mistake. And you will. Okay, I shall, we shall, you will, she will, he will, Aryan will. So except I and we use everywhere will. But in modern English, you can use will as well. There is not much difference. Look at these examples. I'll be able to buy a house. I shall go, I will go. Yes. In modern English, they are same. Okay, Aryan? But if you remember in conventional English grammar, if you say I will go means you're promising that you're going somewhere. That means I promise I shall go. I will go means I promise I shall go. Okay. So I'll be able to buy a house when I have, if I have enough money. Okay. Can you pronounce I'll, you will, I will, you will? She will, he will, they will, they'll, I'll go home. We use contraction in spoken English. Remember that in written English, we never contract these words, okay? I will go home. I'll go home. Will you go home? You'll go home. She'll come to my party. He'll visit you. They will join your programs, okay? So we've got 55 seconds. It is counting down. It will be closed in after 50 seconds. So thank you very much, Ariane. Whatever you have learned, listen this video later so that you can practice at home. Remember that only an hour is not enough. It is also important for you to have a good practice. Okay. So the more you practice, the more you learn and your level will be increased. I can guarantee you. Practice always makes you better. Practice always makes you confident. Practice always takes you to the next level. After finishing this lesson, I'm going to start another lesson in 5 to 10 minutes, dear viewers. Join me once again. We're going to talk about Hallo code of conduct, Hallo policies, how we can understand teacher and student. Thank you very much for joining and for the donation again, Arian. Okay, you're so sweet. I will see you when I see you. Take care and bye.